Ever wondered why you attract toxic people? It's a question that nags at many of us. You see, toxicity isn't drawn to us by chance. There are specific traits and behaviors that tend to magnetize these individuals towards us. By understanding these, we can begin to set up more effective boundaries and prevent such draining interactions. So, without further ado, let's dive into the 7 reasons why you might be attracting toxic people. Firstly, you might be very easygoing. It's a trait that's highly admired and sought after. You're the cool breeze on a hot day, the soft melody in a cacophony. Your relaxed and non-confrontational nature is like a breath of fresh air. However, this also makes you a potential target for toxic people. Your laid-back attitude can make you seem easy to control or manipulate. To a toxic person, you are like an open book, with pages they can write their own story on. They see your easygoing nature as a sign of compliance, a willingness to let things slide, and they take advantage of it. Being easygoing does not mean you are weak or a pushover. It means you choose your battles wisely, you value peace over petty arguments. But remember, even the calmest river can roar when it's pushed to its limits. Being easygoing is great, but it's important to stand your ground when necessary. Next, you're a good listener and understand others well. This trait is a gem, making you a confidant and a go-to person for many. But it can also make you a magnet for toxic individuals. They'll see your willingness to listen as an opportunity to emotionally dump their problems, their drama, and their negativity onto you without considering your feelings or your need to be heard. These conversational bullies monopolize your time and your emotional energy, leaving you drained and frustrated. They take advantage of your empathy, turning every discussion into a monologue about their issues. So how can you avoid this? By setting boundaries. You can still be a good listener without becoming an emotional dumping ground. Politely steer the conversation away when it becomes one-sided or negative. Encourage a balance and exchange of thoughts and feelings. Remember, a conversation should be a two-way street. Are you always the one solving problems? Let's delve into how this trait can unfortunately attract toxic individuals. The world is full of people who are drawn to problem solvers. These are the individuals who'd rather invest their energy in creating chaos than finding solutions. They are constantly on the lookout for someone who can handle their mess while they sit back and enjoy the show. Your fixer mentality, admirable as it is, becomes an open invitation to these people. They see in you a source of endless attention and energy, a safety net that allows them to avoid responsibility. Without setting proper boundaries, you risk becoming their go-to person for problem solving, their safety valve for avoiding the consequences of their actions. Remember, everyone should carry their own weight. It's important to help others, but equally crucial to ensure that you're not the one left carrying all the burdens. It's important to make sure you're not always the one doing the heavy lifting. You're known for your generosity. You give without hesitation, always ready to lend a hand, share your resources, and offer your time. But here's the thing. When you give freely without setting limits, it can sometimes invite the wrong kind of attention. It's like leaving your door wide open. Some people will walk in with respect, but others might just see an opportunity to take advantage. Abusive individuals thrive on this. They see your generosity not as a virtue, but as an opportunity for exploitation. They demand more, pushing your boundaries, testing your limits. Instead of appreciating your kindness, they see it as a sign of weakness, a vulnerability they can exploit for their own gain. Remember, your generosity is a reflection of your big heart, but it's crucial to recognize when it's being taken for granted. Know when to say no, when to draw the line. Because after all, generosity is a virtue, but it shouldn't be taken for granted. You're open and honest about your dreams and goals. This is an admirable trait that many people lack. Your passion is infectious. It draws others in and makes them want to be part of your journey. But not everyone you attract will be there to support you. Some are what we call optimism crushers. These are the toxic individuals who are attracted to your light, not to bask in its warmth, but to snuff it out. They may mask their intentions with false concern or feigned advice, but their real goal is to see you stumble, to see you fail. Why? Because your courage to chase your dreams reminds them of their own unfulfilled aspirations. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's important to recognize. Remember, your dreams are your own. They are precious, they are possible, and they are worth pursuing. Don't let anyone crush your dreams. You always see the good in people. It's a quality that speaks volumes about your heart, your empathy, and your belief in the inherent goodness of mankind. However, it can also be a double-edged sword. An overly positive view of human nature can sometimes paint a rosier picture than reality. In a world that's not always as kind as we'd like, ignoring harsh realities such as deception, manipulation, and selfishness can lead to tolerating abusive behavior for longer than you should. It could mean missing red flags that signal someone's toxic intentions. While it's admirable to see the good in people, remember that everyone has complexities and facets, not all of which are always positive. It doesn't mean becoming cynical or distrusting, but it does mean protecting your own peace and well-being. So yes, continue to believe in the goodness of people, but also remember, it's crucial to balance optimism with realism. Lastly, you might have some emotional baggage. We all do. It's part of being human. But sometimes these vulnerabilities become an open door for those who thrive on control and manipulation. Toxic individuals often have an uncanny knack for identifying our insecurities, our past hurts, and our fears. They exploit these weaknesses to their advantage, using them as levers to undermine and sway us. It's like they're playing a twisted game of chess, and they've studied all our moves. They know which pieces to topple to make us feel small and powerless. But here's the truth. Your emotional baggage doesn't define you. It's part of your journey, part of your story. And it's certainly not an invitation for anyone to belittle or control you. So guard your heart, your mind, and your soul. Remember, it's okay to have baggage, but don't let anyone use it against you. So, those are the 7 reasons why you might be attracting toxic people. Let's take a moment to revisit these 7 potential reasons. First, you might be too easygoing, a trait that can sometimes be interpreted as an invitation for manipulation. Second, your ability to listen well and understand others might make you a target for conversational bullies looking for an emotional dumping ground. The third reason revolves around your problem-solving skills. While it's great to be a fixer, this can attract those seeking attention and energy without acknowledging boundaries. Fourth, your generosity, if unchecked, can become an open invitation for abusive people to take advantage and demand more from you. Fifth, being trusting and honest about your dreams can attract toxicity. Your passion might become a beacon for those who derive pleasure from seeing passionate individuals fail. The 6th reason is having an overly positive view of human nature. While optimism is often a virtue, ignoring realities like deception can lead to tolerating abuse and red flags for too long. Finally, the 7th reason is having emotional baggage. While it's part of being human, vulnerabilities can be exploited by those who seek to control and undermine others with insecurity. But remember, it's not about changing who you are. Instead, it's about growing in self-awareness, recognizing these patterns, and setting firm boundaries. It's about protecting your energy and your peace. Encourage yourself to spend less time with openly toxic individuals. It's okay to distance yourself from people who drain you. And more importantly, lead by example. Show others how to treat you by treating yourself with respect, kindness, and love. In the end, the journey of self-improvement is ongoing. There's always room for growth. And remember, it's not about avoiding toxic people altogether, but learning how to navigate these interactions and relationships in a healthy and balanced way. Remember, your worth is not defined by the toxic people you attract, but how you respond to them.